All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome. My name is Darkpool Algo, and thanks for joining me on another, yet again, morning watch list building session. I'm going to get signed into the chat, and we will get going for the day. All right. Just a second. All right, so we have chat action. Yay. And the stream seems to be good. So I went through and got a new modem yesterday because I'm like, hey, yo, I'm paying for like a gigabyte down, and I'm only getting like not even half of that. So I'm like, the dude comes out, and he's like, yo, yeah, you're getting 1.3 gigs to his little machine, and then he plugs into my computer, and it's like 300 meg. I'm like, what the heck's going on here? He's like, well, it's the router. We can only do what we can do. So I am on the hunt for a new router modem combo. If there's anybody out there that is super techie in internet speeds, let me know. We got to get that figured out. So I'm going to finish setting up here, wait a few minutes to see if anybody shows up with the chat, and we'll get going. Remember, today is a half day. Okay. Today is a half day. It's like a snow day, but not as cool. It's not as cool at all. All right, I need to get this pulled up too. All right, so we have some news, we have some earnings, we have some actual meetings that are going to affect the markets. Yeah, it should be interesting. Yeah, just I don't even know what to say about today. Today's going to be wild and crazy and fun, really super volatile, and don't expect there to be a lot of continuation. So all right, true that, true that. All right, here we go. All right, nobody's here yet, so everybody's sleeping in this morning, which is fine. You guys are just gonna miss the news. All right, let's get to it. There is some news today too, so don't get stuck like Chuck. All right, VMware, VMW, VMW. Q3 estimated 172 versus 154, so they beat on estimates. Q3 combined subscription and software as a service licenses revenue of 1.53 billion, 16% gain, and 25% gain in there. All right, so their SaaS revenue was 21% year over year. Did they provide? Yes, they did. Raises F forward-looking 22 revenue to 12.83 from 12.8. They may get a little bit of a rip on that. So if you haven't noticed, even companies that are having massive blowout earnings are taking, don't get stuck in earnings. Like most of this is built into it, especially towards the end of the year. And so if you get, if you're taking an earnings play and the company that you're super bullish on comes through and has massive blowout earnings and still drops 4 or 5%, that's why you don't hold through earnings. We can play the run up. We can play the after effect, and we can, basically 8 days before, 21 days before, 8 days before, then 8 days after, right? That's the ticket when it comes to earnings. So just jack be nimble, jack be quick. Don't get stuck in earnings, okay? All right, what else we got going on here? Hewlett Packard shares up 6%. HPQ with the win. Look at that. Nice little pop overnight to pull back. They're doing a pretty decent run. Nice 3-bar play here. I think they may go and make a new all-time high today. They may actually do it. So they rallied up to 3780, pulled back, hit that 200, and they're consolidating. They are below the 50. So Hewlett Packard super volatile today. Okay, be nimble. All right. Dell Q3 estimates at 2.37 versus 2.18. So there we go. Another with a little bit of a pop, lock, and drop it. I need a drink. Hold on. The craziness it is the market. All right. Is that the request? So somebody hit me up on Twitter. asking about Workday. So don't let me forget to get Workday looked at. Should be a very interesting one. Very, very interesting. All right. Okay. Autodesk shares slide 12%. Ooh. Dang, that's a rough. Dude, they took a hit. Talk about a dead cat bounce all the way down to the 50. 295. Ooh. So Autodesk, check this out, yo. They're trading down here. So if you're looking for a value discount play, Autodesk is it. Jeez, look at that. 346. So with this week alone, 331 to 267. Let's see. They beat on earnings, up 16% on the quarterly subscriptions. Guided revenue at 4.36 versus 4.37. Let's see, forward-looking billings at 474 versus, I mean, the market is looking for any excuse it can to drop the bottom out of these stocks, right? At the close yesterday, they were trading at 300. They had a 40-point drop, or 12%. So maybe dead cat bounce. Just you have to be nimble with these ones, okay? All right. Takeda Pharmaceuticals, TSA, received FDA approval for live intensity, a post-transplant cytomegalovirus infection approvals. Yeah, okay. So what they do? They went from flatlining basically at 13. They got the approval to hit 15, but look, they've been trading up here at 20. Right? They came in beginning of October, fell off a cliff. Been trading in the $13 to $15 range. Even with that FDA approval, they're still going down, right? That's crazy. The market is really sucking the life out of a lot of stocks. So just be careful. PBY. PBYI. Puma Biotechnology might actually get a pop off of this. Alrighty, so announced that the U.S. regulators has extended the term of patent related to its company breast cancer therapy by 5 years. If you're in penny stocks, you could probably play this one. Break a 3. They break 350, $4, then they gap up to 5. Resistance at 550, then 650. Gilead and Merck announced temporary pause in enrollment of its phase 2 study evaluating oral combination of its regimen investigational. All right, so look at this. They're just been on a rampage. They're trading at 3 ATR, stack positive moving averages. Nice rally yesterday. I wonder what Merrick's doing off of that. Merrick. I wonder what Merrick's doing off of that news. Oh, that's just ugly. Rally, pullback. Reversion to the mean, pullback to the 50. Can't get above POC. Looks like 83 is the new point for Merrick. So Gilead and America should move today. GILD, MRK. Merrick has a rising 200 coming in at 70, so 70 is going to be the new support. They are trading at 3 ATR, so they may need to pull back to 68.50 for support for a continuation move to the upside. Oops, didn't mean to smack the Smack the boom. All right. Financials, IDEX. I didn't know that this was a financial play, but nice little cliff falling off. Down from $2 all the way down to $1.50. Dude, I can't believe they were as high as $6 at one point. That's crazy. So they missed on earnings. Look for continuation fade with them. All right. A global shortage of nitrogen fertilizer is driving prices to record levels, prompting North American farmers to delay purchases and raising the risk of spring scramble to apply the crop nutrient before planting season. Farmers apply nitrogen to boost yields of corn, canola, wheat. Ooh, you start messing with the corn industry, it can get real ugly real quick. Corns and everything. High fructose corn syrup, right? Higher fertilizer costs could translate into higher meat and bread prices. This is inflation, right? Inflation. Lithium. SLI, Standard Lithium, announces $100 million direct investment from the Koch brothers strategic platform. Standard Lithium. So lithium should be... Yep, there it is. Anything involving batteries, lithium, iridium, like anything involving batteries is going to be super bullish. Look at this. From $1.50 to 11 in the course of just this year, right? They did, let's see, 950. So they're making a run to get above. Look at that, 1, 2, 3 Dow reversal. So SLI, what's going on here? They fell off a cliff. So if you're looking to get into like maybe a longer term investment, SLI has been steadily raising since the beginning of this year. They just got a massive investment from the Koch brothers. If you're following money and you like to invest where like big money invests, that might be a good investment for might be a good long-term investment. Looks like they're trying to do a Dow 1, 2, 3 reversal here too, right? One, that's the one, that's the 2 move. Something like that. All right, we'll keep an eye on that one too. Chevron Cvx upgraded to outperform by RBC Global Capital, saying the oil giant is in a position to benefit from a strong commodity cycling over the coming years, given its business plan suggests more stability in its portfolio than its peers. What do we see here? Rally, pullback, rally, consolidation. Expect a massive blowout rally today. So previous highs at 118.17 on Chevron. If Chevron can break above manipulation, 118 on the dot. 118 on the dot. That's just crazy. Let's see. There we go. So with Chevron, if you're interested in getting into this play, so one, expect maybe this move into next week. We do have stack positive moving averages, 821.34. The 50 is above the 200, and we're currently maintaining VWAP. We have a supply zone overhead. Like we're running right into the top of a supply zone. So if we can get out of this zone, right? This looks to have been consolidating for the last couple of days, really. MACD curling around. We either reject the top of the supply zone. If we break 118.08, expect maybe a move to I'm going to say 120 as the next psychological level. It's a $2 move. It would be a $4 move on the day. Definitely kind of harder for Chevron to do it, but with that upgrade and just recently retesting this, right? This is a previous all-time high, pullback cup and handle. I'm gonna look at Chevron today for the longer term. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's look at the flow on Chevron, shall we? The CVX. Pretty bullish. Pretty bullish. Higher calls versus put. Low IV. Pretty decent gamma exposure. That 115 call seems to be pretty prominent. Excuse me. 115 and 121. So the 120 has got the most massive open interest. Max pain. Max pain going into next month. This is wrong. Let's see. 105, 125, is that the put? So next year's February 118th, I've got the most volume, right? We need to keep an eye on Chevron. Okay, morning, Johnny. Thanks for showing up, bro. I know that we're going into a holiday. I appreciate you showing up. And I wanted you to know that I am working with YouTube to get the membership thing straightened out. I'm going to send you my email address through Twitter. That's my personal email address that I just sent you. If you have any requests or questions or anything like that until I get this worked out, just hit me up. I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible, okay? It's just so in November, Google came through and they're forcing two-factor authentication, and they send you out a PIN card. They send you a card with a PIN number on it that you have to enter in, and that card got misplaced someplace. We are working it out, though, okay? We'll get you taken care of. Promise you. I got you. All right, moving on. American API showed a build of 2.31 million barrels of oil for this week, ending this week, right? Gasoline inventory show a build of 576,000 barrels. Distillate inventory show a draw of 1.51 million barrels. Basically, what that's saying is if you're keeping track of that, what they're doing is they're trying to flood the market with more supply so the demand level becomes lower, which lowers prices. Not a smart way to do it. What they should have done is, instead of spending trillions of dollars, is he should have worked on his relationships with big oil, but he forgot to do that. All right, Tesla. Is Tesla moving this in pre-market? Tesla co-founder Elon Musk unveiled another batch of share sales, offloading just over $1 billion in a clean energy car maker. Musk recently said he's planning to sell some of his shares to raise cash for pending tax liability. So I was listening to the Twitter Spaces last night, and the consensus is that hedge funds may just be they may just be closing their books for the year. Especially if they've had a good year. If they're up 20 or 30%, they need to fudge the numbers to make it look like they're smarter than they really are. they may be shutting down their books. So going into December could be super volatile. They're shut. I mean, November is usually when they shut down, and where are we at? We're at the end of November. We got like what, 3 trading days left. So anything that you think, if you're like, oh, hey, this stock's going to have a massive blowout earnings, well, yeah, you may be right, but all of that's already built into it, and so expect pullbacks, right? There's just, this year's a little different than last year. I think that there's a lot more write-offs for tax losses going to be happening, and which reminds me, so there is a tax loss webinar. As soon as I get the details on it, I'll share it with you all. There's some ways that you can manipulate your positions to receive the biggest tax benefit going into next year. Okay. As soon as I find out that webinar, I'll definitely share the links with you all. And yeah, we'll just get it figured out. Okay. All right. Tesla. All right. So, okay. Retail is on fire, right? And it all started with the Lulu. Lulu's still, right? I think Lulu's setting up good for next week, right? J-Win, so which is Nordstrom, shares tumble 21%, right? That's massive. And closed the day at 32. Now they're trading at 23.50. So they missed on earnings revenue. Their digital sales are down 12%, right? They did guide forward revenue, including retail sales and credit card revenues, to be more than 35% versus 2020. Is this discount sale, or do we get even closer? Oh, they blew the bottom out. All right, so Nordstrom gonna have issues. They blew the bottom out of their support. They blew right through that support level. So now we grab a fib level from high to low. This is last year's low, right? They pulled right back to the 382. Let me just move this guy. They blew through that level too. So expect a rally up to up to 24.90. If they reject off that level, then you need to find a downside position, or excuse me, you need to look at a downside move. I think the best way to do that is from high to low, back up to the high, right? That should be symmetrical there. Should be lots of symmetry happening. Oh. Lots of symmetry happening with this move, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, farm animals from afar. Let me just get that lined up. So the move would be this. If they reject this $24.75, $25 level, right, then the downside move is the pullback to the 127 on the downside, right? That's at $20. So they could lose another $3 in share today. So maybe that's a good downside play. All right, guess what? We had blowout earnings, but we are being manipulated and can't do a lot about it. So guess stack positive moving averages 821.34. They filled that gap they previously had. As long as the 50 stays at this 50 200 crossover, that's super powerful. I don't know, I'm on the 5-minute chart. There we go. Muy better. All right, look at that. We're looking for this blue line to cross this red line. When that happens, I think we get a nice little push up to up above the 200 SMA on the daily. Guess has room to move on the break of 24.50. We hit 25.50, 27.31. All right, so we have to get above the 200 SMA on, right? Damn, they ran up there to it. So that would be a move of 3 ATR with blowout earnings. They didn't provide detailed guidance for Q4, and they doubled their quarterly cash dividend to 22 cents per share. I mean, that's not bad. 22 cents per share quarterly. That's what, $1 a year per share. Maybe not a bad long-term investment. I don't think Guess is going to go anywhere either. But retail is always tough to play. So what they did is they had nice blowout earnings. They rallied up, hit previous resistance, the 200 SMA on the daily, came back down. They're back testing the 200 SMA on the 15-minute chart. We need this 50 to cross above the 200. We do have stack positive moving averages, 821.34. Then we need the 50-200 instead of the 250. MACD is neutral or negative and decreasing, while we've got signal line divergence. Bollinger Bands are expanded. Looking for this squeeze to bounce, not dip and slingshot release. Okay. Keep an eye on that. GES for retail. I don't know why I'm taking so long. I need to hurry up. All right. Morning, Laz. Morning, Terry. Morning, Chris. Hey, Chris, what are we looking at today? Chris has been calling bangers lately, y'all. Seriously. Nice bullish flow. Okay. Gap shares fell 13%. So Gap, if I remember last year, Gap came out and they're like, yo, we have Kanye support. And they had a nice little pop, right? I want to highlight this area here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I want to highlight this area here. This is a perfect 1, 2, 3 reversal. Let me show you what that looks like. We sell off to support. We rally up to resistance. We back test a higher high, or excuse me, a higher low. We come up and we test the 2 line, quick little dip, and then rally. I wish that line was bigger. Wish that line was bigger. You see that? That's the perfect 1, 2, 3 reversal. The Wu-Tang pattern. 1, right? 1, 2, 3. Right? And then a break. Gap shares drop 13%. Ugh, that can get ugly. Where are they trading at? They're trading at 18. Wow, they're trading at this number 1 low down here. If that level doesn't hold, basically there, that's previous high. If that level fails, so we would play the zone, we'd play the downside zone, previous lows, right? So if 1850 fails for gap, look at 17 or 1575 to the downside. That's a pretty decent little play. That would set up for a longer move down because it would create a nice, what's this? Nice head and shoulders. Yeah, so I like gap to the downside, even though it is their busy time of year. All right, moving forward, and then let's get into some requests. I don't think today's gonna be a bloodbath. I think it's gonna be a chop fest. Remember, the market closes early. They think they close at noon Eastern. So, right, I think they're only open for 3 hours. So yeah, just be aware of that. German November IFO Business Climate 5 versus, I don't know what all this is. Let's see. Latest fall in index is cause for concern. Supply chain putting firms under pressure with no sign of release. Latest COVID wave worsening in Germany. See majority of firm implementing price increases. Sentiment to service sector has notably deteriorated. Did any of that make sense to you? I don't think it did. John Deere has earnings before the bell. John Deere is probably one of my favorite stocks. However, I'm not super impressed with, well, actually, there it is, folks. There is the earnings rally. Perfect little cup and handle. Long on Deere above. Long on Deere above this supply zone. There's a, I didn't really get all of it. Let's see if I can get all of it. All right, John Deere has a supply zone that runs, so I'm going to say long on Deere above 365. If we get above 365, excuse me, we're going to check 370. Above 371, we get super woody up to about 386. There's a nasty little supply zone up here at the top that we need to be really cautious of. So what we'd like to do is we'd like to go zone to zone. I think that we can do that. We need this 50 to bounce off of point of control and start curling back up, right? Contrarian, we just stay range bound, right? There's a definitely and a very real possibility of being range bound between that range, right? That's a it's about a $20 range. So if you wanted to play the back and forth, you could definitely make some money off of it. Like I said, above 360, above 365.50 long on John Deere. Okay, they must have good earnings coming out. All right, no earnings after the bell. It's a short week. The market is open on Friday only for a limited amount of time. Yeah, just should be fun. This news is going to affect the market, mainly GDP, jobless claims, and continued jobless claims. So what may happen, let's check out the futures, and then we'll see how this economic data is going to affect it. All right, that comes out at 8:30 Eastern, comes out in about 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So let's check it out. Check it out. All right, so with that being said, I just wanted to give you an update. The EchoFin, I'm going to shut it down in December, mainly because I haven't had time to give it the service that it needs. I've been caught in a bunch of different projects, and I am in Discord all day. So if you have interest in continuation on, I will post a link in the EchoFin for the Discord server. Right now, it's just very, very basic. I do have one, it's free. Two, I'm not going to be super involved in moderating it. I've got some strategic partnerships, and I don't want to push my personal Discord when I'm an affiliate for some other services. I need to, follow through with my obligation with them and help out in there. So, not saying that I'm not going to be in there, but I do know a couple people that are going to be in there that are serious outperformers. Yeah, you guys know who you are. There's 3 of them I can think of right now. One of them's from Miami. So I'll post a link to that. I do have a full-blown Trading Tick accounts in there, so if you guys are interested in utilizing the Trading Ticks bot, it's there for you to use. All right, so this is my future setup for anybody new here. Most of you are not new, so we want the bottom row down so the top row can be up, basically. I like that the yen is making new lows. Bonds are making new lows. Can we just look at the tapering effect? Just make this get a little bit more data in here so y'all can see what's going on. This is the 1-minute chart, so let's look at just this week's taper. So from the 22nd, right, this is 2 days of taper, 161 to 158, right? Bigger picture. As long as bonds can continue to drop, I think that we see a nice little pop in the ES. We're just range bound on the ES. As long as we don't make new lows, I think we're going to be okay. So overnight, sell off, pop, pullback. We're making a higher low. We need to come up and make a higher high, right? NQ, look at that rejection right off that 382 level. Oh, man. I wish I could find, I'm going to leave that Mammo fig there for a reason. Rallied up to it, rejected off of it, pulled back. Little pop, falling channel on the ES. Actually, it's a falling wedge. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of sketchy, don't you think? That looks like this over here. All right. Sorry, I'm trying to get a better feel for what's going to happen today. I think we chop. The Russell's made higher lows and higher highs, so it's making an attempt as a rising channel, but it's very choppy. We have an inverse head and shoulders again on the YM, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. You want to get long above this level here. Where's my tools? Where's my tools? Tools are there. So find the neckline. You have left shoulder, right shoulder, head. Neckline's approximately in this area here. Approximately where we're at now. So look for the Dow to make a little bit of a move. If it can make a higher high, that's a perfect 1, 2, 3 reversal. The NQ, on the other hand, is sell off, sell off, sell off, sell off, sell off, rally. It made a higher low, right? It broke a previous high, held a higher low. On its move back up, it's going to be super chopalistic. XP docious. So wolf wave, 1, 2, 3. All right. A little bit of channel, right? Seriously? That's the channel we want to get back in on the NQ. ES, let's see, dropped, made a low, came up, made a higher high, held the higher low. Same deal is going to happen here. Just be careful. The market is not your friend. Oh, what is this? Did I grab the wrong one? Oh, dang it, I did. My bad, I grabbed the wrong tool. I grabbed the wrong tool. Apologies. Come on. Apologies. Yes. Okay, I'll figure out the right tool for that. Basically, we're looking at a very choppy day. A violent choppy day, but still a very choppy day. A very choppy day. As far as levels go, 46.80. A break of 46. All right, so we have a supply zone running from 46.79 to 46.81. Above 46.81, I think we get a little rally to 87. It's like 87 is a more significant level. All right. Yeah, I think we have a good move today. All right. Requests, let's get them, shall we? All right. We are going to look at, look at that gorgeous divergence. Fun from yesterday, Chris. Look at this. Look at what the algo did. Right? It's stair-stepping its way up. So fun may be a continuation play. Zoom, I'm disappointed in. And Nova has got the Wu-Tang pattern reversal. I don't know what Nova is, Chris. Thanks for bringing this up yesterday. I want to show you the we got a 1, 2, 3 reversal play happening here. We've got a lot of overhead resistance though. Oh my gosh, AMC is looking gorgeous. So just be careful. Above 40.50, I think we get a move. All right. Let's look at the feed. Let's look at the flow trade, shall we? All right, so this is the flow trade interface. It's the smart money dark pool and block trade algorithm software. It tracks large institutional purchases, hedge funds, retail regular block trades, dark pool trades in real time. It's a predictive indicator, not a lagging indicator, meaning price action will follow the purple line, which is the algorithm. White bars are price action, Blue lines are dark pool block trades, red lines are regular block trades, and white lines are not good for you. Stay away from white lines. I'm just kidding. White lines are good for stocks. So what it means is that there's a regular and a dark pool level that are printed so close to each other, I can't draw two lines to separate them out. Those are major inflection points. So maybe throw them up on your chart. Sorry, I'm looking at what Airbnb is doing right now. Gosh, it can't get over that 200. It's got some bearish divergence on the algorithm, and it's caught. It has not caught a bid. All right, so let's get into it. I still like TTD. I'm not sure what fun is. I know what fun is. Fun is white lines. No, I'm just kidding. Fun is not white lines. Fun is good times with friends and family. Okay. Neo. Yes, I like Neo. Let's see what's going on with Neo. Also want to look at AMC. I wonder what the best way to look at this is going to be. Oh, Tesseract. The Tesseract is being a pain in my... See the power of the 200? Tesla fell below the 200 and the 50 didn't break above it, right? And ever since then, it's just been selling off. Like Elon's had a lot to do with this, yes, but so is the 200. I want to check out AMC real quick. For all you apes out there, I believe on the daily, yes. Look at this gorgeousness. Look at the gorgeousness that is AMC. Where's my favorite tool? Boom. High, low, high. Come on. There we go. There we go. You see what I see? Right? Wedge, right? Massive bull flag, breakout. Pretty massive one, right? It rallied up, it came and back tested it, right? Manipulation pushed it down further than it needed to go, and it's coming through. So as far as on the daily chart goes, I'm not super bullish on this one candle here, right? This little doji. But if we can get above all right, AMC 4252 going into next week, I think we start to see this long anticipated move right here. Right? Everybody wants this move. So 1, 2, 3. So we're looking at a 1, 2. Actually, you know what? We may... Ooh, this is kind of sketchy. No, my bad. It did make a higher high. So... I think... we might see a move like that in AMC. All right. Okay. Let's get into the plays. All right. I got about 20 minutes. Let's look at Neo. I'm in a Neo play already. Etsy. Nvidia. Johnny, you got anything you want to look at this morning? Laz, what do you think looking at? I got room for one more. Should we look at Tesla? How about we look at Chevron? Okay. Neo. Disappointment. Really disappointed in Neo. So the algos were selling off. Yesterday was a recovery day, and the reversal day. If we can maintain this consolidation going into next week, I think NEO has a chance to, the algo has a chance to recover. We've got a lot of regular block trades and dark pool level, a couple dark pool levels that are going to help us out here. Right? Look at that uptrending support, pretty massive. The algo is, all right, the algo made a pop. It failed to make a higher high, but it did make a higher low. So it's squeezing. If it can squeeze and pop out to the upside, I think we have an opportunity there. Looking at, so rally, pullback, gap up, pullback, rally, pullback, rally. I'm struggling to find any sort of pattern with this move. So one, because that's higher, it shouldn't be higher. So this would be, yeah, all I can do is look at regular and dark pool levels for support and resistance. We have a 4230 is a regular block level. That's upside target. That will also be support once it breaks it. To the downside, 4040, right? Like, that's a $2 range. They may just trap it in a $2 range until the end of the year. Very possibly. So if that's the case, you have to be very careful. It's interesting, we have a dark pool level right at 4150. I think that's pretty significant for support. Yeah, so with NEO, like there's not like, oh, here's your clearly defined levels because, right, previous high, took that out, rejected it, right? Maybe there's a zone right there that it's got to get up into. And that could be a very real possibility. Very, very real possibility, right? Because it's not really a, I don't know, it's an interesting move. All right, NEO, I think that it gets chopped a little bit today as far as support goes. Below 4040, it's got this gap down here that it needs to fill down to here, right? It's got a downside gap and an upside target. A lot of it really is dependent upon the algo moving up, okay? Etsy, divergences have played out, right? All this divergence has played out. This dark pool level at 279.53 is doing a good job of providing support. Yesterday rallied up, pulled back. If it can get above some of these previous highs and break out of this falling, I'm not going to say it's a falling wedge because it's not. Let me show you what this looks like with some markup, okay? All right. The algo is right. Tell me this doesn't look like an elephant. I need to figure out what an elephant pattern does for the stock market. Come on. So if the algo can start one break out of this overhead resistance out of this box as well, I think that it will drag price action up with it. Price action's done a pretty decent job of maintaining support, right? Definitely have a little bit of a wedge there that it's working within. We have dark pool support and resistance. 279.53 is your support. 294.42 is your resistance. We have an overhead target at 290.27, which is a regular block trade level that printed over on the 18th. Take that level out, I think we get a confirmed reversal on Etsy. Right? This is a longer term trendline support there. Yeah, everything looks super range bound. Etsy below Below that red line, I think we have a nice downside move to about here. This little range right there. Above 295, it starts to get a little woody on that CK. All right. Moving on. Nvidia. I mean, what can I say? The algo's selling off. Let's see. All right, it failed to break and maintain. So what we would have liked to have seen, let me show you on this trend line. All right, resistance failed. All right, broke through resistance, came to back test it for a continuation on and just slid. Right, it's fighting to get back up and it slid. Finally woke up and made a higher high, ran smack into that 300 level and just took off. So this is profit taking, right? The algorithm, right? They started selling out at 335, right? And they're slowly taking their profits, right? Which is causing price action to come down. Like I've never seen this erratic of a pattern before. I don't know if it's a Head and Shoulders. It looks like a unicorn, if anything, right? So I'm just waiting for the snap at this white line level. Okay, so if we wanted to use 335 as the top and 297.57 as the bottom, right? We could play white line zone, right? And it's a new game. All the kids are playing. Oh, come on, really? It's a new game. All the kids are playing. It's called White Line Zones. Basically, this is what it looks like. So massive amounts of interest at these levels here. Right. So we sold off, right? We bounced off of that support, could make a new high, sold off, back tested it, sold off, back tested it, thought that we would get through it, failed to hold support, back tested again, came down. So this 310 level, this 310 dark pool is doing a fantastic job of keeping Nvidia up. However, it can't do it forever. So this 310 level came in yesterday, right? It's the wrong tool. I'll just grab the right one. So if that level can maintain support, then we're getting a 1, 2, 3 reversal play. We could play zone to zone or white line to white line. So 315 to 325. It's a nice $10 move on Nvidia. However, the algo is not helping. So if this level doesn't hold, I think we see 310 to the downside. Below 310, we check out 304. Okay. The algo is bearish. So with that being said, I'm not super bullish on Nvidia. I'm actually looking for puts going into next week. We do have this gap. Let's not forget about the gap. Oh, come on already. Let's not forget about the gap. So downside targets are 300 and 305 and 299, or let's just do 305 and 300. Okay. Chevron. This algo is doing some funky stuff. Like I thought that the algo would be a little bit more clearly defined, but it is not. Check this out, yo. Right? Can we say is that a wedge? Right? Going into next week, I'm going to keep an eye on this wedge. I think that we get a breakout and a retest of 111.85 for the algo, right? I think the algo gets above this level. I think it can really yank price action around with it. pretty significant. So we had trend there, channel there, right? All right, overhead targets for Chevron. We have some dark pool ones. I'm going to show you the white line level real quick. 116.30. I think that's the new base. We have dark pool levels above at 117.75, right, and below at 115.42. We break that, we come back down and test these 113.91 levels, which I don't think we're really going to have to come back and check, but there is a downside possibility. Are we forming a head and shoulders? Very possibly. This could be a left shoulder, the head, and then the right shoulder. So this dark pool level right here does appear to be the neckline, right? Very possibly. We have regular blocks at 116.82 to 117.28. I think that's a nice 50-cent move, something like that. If we can get up into that, I think we might hit 117.75 today. I can't remember what I had for Cvx. I mean, it's bullish. It's one of the, I mean, it's bullish as bullish can be. Hopefully everybody sees this. All right, it's really trying to break out of this flag. If it does, that would be, it's going to come fill this gap, right? It's trying to gap fill up to 117.54. 117.74. Which one is it? So 117.74 is this high right there. I think it's a pretty decent move setting up. All right. I think that is it. You want me to look at SPY? For sure. All right. I'm going to do these last ones real quick. I'm going to burn through them. Tesla, XOM, Exxon Mobil, Apple, GE. Tesla is range bound, trading with the algorithm. So the algo is trading with price action. All I can really show you is your dark pool and your regular block trade targets. Right? There's this range that Tesla needs to get back into. That runs from 109 to 115. That's a healthy range for it. Above that, we've got retail sentiment at 1161 to 1167. That's your retail. So we're playing in smart money areas right here, right? These blocks that you see are Elon's sell orders, basically. Exxon Mobil. Moving on to that. Exxon Mobil over here. This is pretty bullish. The algo is making higher highs and higher lows. The price action's doing the same thing, right? As long as the algo can maintain its uptrend and price action holds, it's right. Let's move to the upside. I would target 64.31, which is white line level right here. Bam. All right, that's the target. We have regular block there. Come on. Or dark pool or block, dark pool there, dark pool here. And then we got a regular cluster here. A regular cluster there. So what the move looks like is this. I think we see a little rejection off of this 63.61 until we squeeze into next week. And then we pop out and test 64.35. I think we may reject off of that and pull back to support at 64. Consolidate for next move up. We do have an overhead target coming in here at 65.22. And as long as the algo can continue to maintain its uptrend, I think that Exxon Mobil has an opportunity to basically channel up, melt its way up. I don't want AAL. Apple. Moving on to Apple. So we've got bearish divergence on Apple. Let's see. All right, the algorithm is not doing. Tell you what, man, this algo is funky lately. Right? If we bounce off of this level, I think we might see a. That's the level we need to keep an eye on. Okay, price action is a little double bottom support. If you see what I'm seeing here. Let's target the regular block at 163.60, or excuse me, the dark pool level, 163.60. This is a channel, right? 163 to 165 with, right? So dark pool levels, let's target 165, which is the retail sentiment. Basically in here, right? As long as we can maintain that uptrend and we can get above 161.63, we got a regular block right there that we got to get out of. So upside move to 165. We reject this level. I think we, it's not going to be anything super dramatic because there's a massive amount of blocks in here. This is just the last 14 days. This is the last 2 days of block trades. Right? Pretty starkly different, don't you think? Got some white line levels that are important here. Right there. That's our support. And we got a regular block at, geez, come on. There we go. So what that is telling me is we've got retail sentiment that we broke through, and we should be taking some profits here, right? If this 161.50 level seems to hold, I think we can go back up and test dark pool levels. We do have some bunch of dark pool levels here, actually, right? I just don't want to muddy up the chart too much, right? That's the move. So if we bounce off of this level here, right, and we pull up, I think that we can yank price action up to this 165 level it used to be at. All right, GE is just consolidating. I'm moving on to the GE right now. These levels are important here. 99.87. $103.55. Above that, we have some upside targets at 106.05 and 106.67. Right? There's your targets. As far as support levels go, we have a white line level right at 101.04.05. Right? Pretty significant support. The algorithm, all divergences have already played out. So anything new, right? The algo is rising channel trading. Okay. We need a significant violent move with the algorithm to really yank price back up above these previous levels. It looks pretty decent. So GE looks pretty decent going into next week. SPY, sorry, I've got SPY, Lit, XL, and JK Solar. Don't sleep on JK Solar. All right, SPY. Come on, come on. I so wish that was freeform. So I only want to look at the last 2 days. It's 5 days. That's 1 day. Give me a happy medium. There we go. So this is the last 2 days in SPY. What do we got going on here? Rally, rally, rally. Failed. Possible recovery. All right, so the SPY algorithm. All right, so if the algo can rally back up above this overhead resistance, I think we might see price action move up. Oh, it's tough. All right, so we have a dark pool cluster from 465.70 to 466.38, right? It's this level here. Kind of your support level. We got another little range right here of dark pools. And then we've got one final target at 471.47, right? Retail. Like the longer term move is right, small little rising channel. All right, Algo is trading with price action. And it's going to be chop fest. Like there's no clear direction, right? I'm sitting here looking at it. I'm like, oh, I got to find, I feel like I'm putting pressure on myself to find something that's not there. It's just choppy. 465 to 470 is just a chop fest right now, right? We need to get some violent moves, and I don't think we're going to have it happen for the next week or so. Going into December, we can readdress the issue, but right now, it's just super chop fest, okay? All right, and then the last one I wanted to look at today was lit. All right, lithium, XL Fleet, and JK Solar. You guys are sleeping on JK Solar. So, LIT, nice strong bullish divergence. This is what I want to see. I want to see like clean, clear patterns. I don't want to see chop and feel like I have to find something in the chop. There's not. All right, strong bullish move to the upside. We have rising support. We have regular block trade levels. Right, they're providing support and resistance. Right there it is. Right. LIT above 94.15. I think we go long on it and we take out some of these previous lows, right? Start test driving some of these levels there. Okay. It's not a Wu-Tang reversal because, right, possible head and shoulders forming or inverse head and shoulders forming. So if the price action comes back down, right, and bounces off this level, then it's an inverse head and shoulders and you can get super woody on it. XL. So I don't know what this is, but the algorithm does have a hard time really accurately tracking penny stocks and low floats just because of the liquidity. It just really isn't. It isn't there, right? From you're not getting a lot of smart money investing in penny stocks. So That being said, the algo is pulling price action down with it. 550 is the line in the sand, essentially. So your upside target should be 550. The downside move would be right, nice little uptrend. Like if we bounce there, you can come back up to 550. If that level breaks, you're going down to 450. JK Solar, and then I got to run, okay? So JK Solar, I used to play this stock all the time. I mean, it's not making the most bullish pattern. So again, let me just preface, everything is super choppy right now. We have to wait till we find some more clearly defined moves, but the algorithm is making, right? It's trying to make a higher high. So keep an eye on this little curling up. If the algo can take out that level there, then I think we get super bullish. Now, what I'm not thrilled about is this move here. See this little megaphone? If you trade the strat, which I'm sure some people do, I think that there's a name for this, right? But if we can take out those previous highs right there, I think we get the next move up to test some of these levels. Okay, we have uptrending support, a little bit of a wedge, breakout. That's JK Solar. I don't know what ZG is, but this may be the bottom. I hate saying that I can call the bottoms, but because I can't. Nobody really can. But check it out. Yo, check it out. Check it out, yo. Check it out. So the algo did make a higher low, and it's making higher highs, right? Rally, pullback, support. If the algo can bounce off that level, I think that it can do a good job of pulling price action up with it. Come on, sucker. And out of this falling wedge. So I don't know what the stock is, but I do know price action and I do know levels. And this is what I want to see. Right? I want to see us trade up to this zone here using this as support. Right? I will enter on the breakout of that. Right? From there to there. Right? Above that, from there to the next zone. God, why can't I do this on a chart? Right? Right? To the next zone. Right? That's probably this one. Yeah. So this is the zone here. All right. That's it for me. I have to run. Thanks for joining me. Once again, my name is Dark Algo. I'm here every morning, Monday through Friday, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. And just in, Kathy Wood says her firm is testing a more aggressive strategy that would be ARK on steroids. She's testing a fund that bets against major stocks in the benchmarks. Who will fade with innovation? What the? She's smart. Market is red. Tesla's down a bit. Roblox, Pinduoduo up a bit. Pinduoduo. I wouldn't touch this until we break 81.50. I would not touch it until we get above. Right. 81.50 to 82.50 is your target zone. Above that, I think we get kind of woody and we start taking out some of these previous lows. We got another zone here. This would be your target zone. Why is everything so damn laggy, dude? It's pissing me off. Seriously. All right. CEO of world's most important bank bends the knee to Beijing. Huh. Don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. Roblox. Ooh, this is pretty in my opinion. This is what I'm looking for. Can you give me a hell yeah? All right, so Roblox, if we can break out of this wedge, right? Boom, shakalaka. Send in the guns. Send in the guns. All right. I don't know. I got to keep an eye on it. So 821.34.50. If the 50 holds and we can get above this Ichi cloud at 117, I'll just call it above 118 for a run to 125. Taking profit at 120. Y'all see that? All right, really quickly, this is what that looks like. So we get above. Right, we get above that level. We target this level here, right? Take profit at that level there, and we're targeting basically right. So above 118.50 for the move to this zone, which is going to run from 121 to 124, right? If we can break this zone, right? Then we get Woody all the way up to 134. All right, I really have to go now. Thanks for joining me. I'll talk to y'all. I will be doing the weekend watch list this weekend. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. I'll be here on Friday morning for the update, but I will not be streaming tomorrow as it is Thanksgiving. Enjoy yourself. Stay safe. Stay green. I'll see y'all tomorrow. If you have any requests, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. Leave a comment in the comment section below, right? Those of you that have a direct way to contact me, reach out to me if you have any questions. I could definitely, I'm looking for some volunteers to help with the Discord server. So if you've got an interest, email me here. I wanna. Okay, if you've got questions about Discord and you want to help out or anything like that, send me an email. Reach out to me, and we'll try to figure out a way to make it work. So the question was, Koch brothers in lit? Yes, they are. It is an ETF. I don't like ETFs that much, but what I do like is this. Hold on, like this. Jeez, why can't I do this today? What's wrong with me? Right? What is wrong with me? They gave you the neckline here, right? You've also got this potential move. Also got this, but oh my gosh, seriously? Right? Right? Got that potential move happening as well. So very important what happens right here when this 50, if it bounces off, if the 50 comes down and bounces off, geez, comes down and bounces off the 200, I think we see a good move up, right? We want the 200 to do one of these kind of moves, kind of go like this, right? Kind of do one of those. So Important. All right, I'll talk with y'all tomorrow or on Friday. Bye now.